I want to talk about the storm surge here for a second. When you take a look at the coastline of the Florida Peninsula, you look at the east side of our peninsula here, we don't get high storm surge here because we have the barrier islands. You look at the curvature, and that picture right there shows it. You see how the coast goes in? It's like an indentation right there.
Yep.
That allows for the water to be funneled, which creates a higher storm surge when the Gulf is being forced into like the Cedar Key. This is a perfect example. The way the curvature of that coast is what's making the surge greater up there.
Almost like a glove.
It's exactly. That's a great analogy, Stu. So that's why, you know, some of the greatest storm surges we get are in that area. And if you're familiar with Horry County in South Carolina, another perfect example. They get tremendous surge because of the same concavity of the coast in that part of their state.
I didn't check the Mets score tonight, so I'll let the glove comment go.
And we're also seeing a full moon. And on top of that, this is coming at a high tide time. So it's a combination of a lot of factors, the curvature of the coast, the timing of the tides, the high tides, and the moon phase as well. So there's not a whole lot of people that live in it. There's a lot of it's conservatory land, marshland, but still, I mean.
And also the slope of the ocean underneath the ground there. So there's a lot of different things you have to weigh into making a storm surge forecast, and that's why it's so high.
All right, take us outside, Tony. Give us the latest on the storm.
You got it. Let's do it. All right, power outages. This map is going to continue to grow, and we'll continue to keep you posted on that as we take a look now at the power outage forecast there. We know down to the south we've got a bunch more folks without power, and as these waves of energy continue to climb northward, we think that we're going to see more power outages, especially on the western side of the peninsula. 8 a.m. That's where we think the center of this storm is going to be. At 8 a.m., there will likely be a tornado watch extended farther to the north of where it is currently right now, which is in our viewing area. There now is the center of circulation, clearly being picked up on the water vapor channel. There's this trough of low pressure. This is going to slingshot this off towards the north and the east late tonight and during the day tomorrow. You can see there's a buoy just to the north of our storm, and it's going to be very interesting to see just how long this is able to handle the winds and that surge coming, the wave action coming with this storm. I don't think that buoy is going to be around much longer. Let's take a look now at what else is going on. A lot of numbers thrown at you here. Don't get too dizzy with it, but just know that the bottom line here, this map is just to show you, look at the winds getting stronger coming up from the south as the storm is continuing to move farther to the north. Just kind of a quick little visual there for you. 28, 32-foot wave action right now. That's creating all the surge here from Tampa Bay all the way now up towards Cedar Key. We just showed you some of the pictures there. There's your tornado watch. This will be extended farther north and then east into Georgia as this begins to make the turn during the mid and late morning hours. Rain already coming on in to our western communities up and down Interstate 75. The thing, though, that's catching Cam in my eye are some of these longer, heavier squalls near Arcadia. These are eventually going to lift up to the north, and Kellyanne and Eric are going to be watching some of these notches here that are approaching Fort Meade that will eventually work up into our area. The other thing that we're watching is the center of circulation. You can see the winds up in here right now, 110 on the south side, 107 on the north side. Cam, this energy is headed steadily to the north and will be in the vicinity of the Big Bend area in about 5.5 hours.
Yeah, that's why we've been watching some of the rotation and the velocity of products there as the system moves north. So as Tony mentioned earlier, we've been emphasizing all night long the threat for severe weather. Tornado watch in effect right now until 6 a.m. tomorrow morning for Marion County as well as Lake and Sumter counties, because this is where we can see the greatest potential for tornadoes. But that doesn't mean the rest of Central Florida won't see any severe weather. Here is a look at the severe weather outlook for tomorrow, which technically is today now. Level 2 out of 5 risk for most of Central Florida. You can see that for I-4 on northward, but areas to the south there in Brevard as well as Osceola counties, we are looking at a level 1 out of 5 risk. So for the severe weather risk for today, damaging winds, we are looking at a low side. That's winds of over 60 miles per hour, but the tornado threat is definitely something we are going to keep watching there for you. So here's a look at Idalia. You can see that eye there and the warm waters that it's sitting right over. Gulf waters right now running into the upper 80s, is in the mid to upper 80s, around 88 degrees, as it heads towards Apalachee Bay there, where it's expected to make landfall in that region. as it moves to the north, that's going to allow it to intensify as it really taps in some of those warmer waters. And as it moves north, it's also going to bring us all this squally weather. As we take a look at Futurecast heading into around 3 a.m. Look at this line of storms that are going to be moving in. This will likely wake you up in the middle of the night with all the thunder that we're expecting with this and heavy rain for Lake Sumter as well as Marion counties. Wind speeds will also ramp up as well. You can see by 8 o'clock tomorrow morning, if you're heading into work, you're going to need to leave the house extra early. Look at these winds. 45-mile-per-hour winds almost in the Villages, 43 Ocala and Palm Coast, 30 in Orlando, and we'll continue to see those blustery winds as we go through the afternoon. We're talking about some of these areas still dealing with tropical storm strength winds through the afternoon. And look at tomorrow evening. By around 5 to 6 o'clock, we start to see the winds ease off a bit, but still quite blustery. And then as we go into late Wednesday night, you see the winds do calm down with some lingering showers out, especially for our counties to the north. So take a look at the 12-hour forecast for today. Today is a first warning weather day. We will keep the rain chances on the higher side, high temperatures in the upper 80s. We'll talk more about how much rain we can expect, and I'll go county by county if you didn't hear a county coming up in the next weather hit.